This is the worst shot in singles tennis. You could also call it the worst singles pattern in singles tennis. And you probably don't even know about it. You probably don't even know that you're a victim of it, or maybe you're actually taking advantage of it and you don't even know about it. Maybe because you haven't watched my channel, and I've talked about this many times on my channel. And a lot of tennis players, these players probably don't even know about it. Maybe Luis does because he's a coach, I think. But you probably don't even know about it, and you're taking advantage of it, right? So I think it's time you really know about it and really be conscious about it, because once you start looking for this shot, whether if it's your opponent or your own shot, I think you're going to win more matches. You're just going to be more aware of what's happening on the court. And so let's check out the worst shot in singles tennis. But before we do, this video is courtesy of Winston Du. Check out his channel for some awesome tennis content. I'll post a link to his channel in the description area. So let's check out this point real quick. Well, what a rally, right? What an amazing point here. And I thought Luis was pretty much in control of this point. Pretty much 90% of this point was in control by him, but he was done in by the worst shot in singles tennis, right? So this is already midpoint here. Here's Toby hitting a backhand, a forehand up the center by Luis, and here's where he's getting into trouble. Luis is, right? So this, I consider this in itself the worst shot in singles tennis, is that short, slow ball up the line like this from the backhand side, from the backhand to your opponent's forehand. And that is the worst shot in singles tennis. You could call it the worst singles pattern. Anytime there's a backhand, a short, slow backhand up the line to the righty's forehand there, right? It is big trouble, big time trouble. And he got away with it on this particular shot, right? I think Toby could have busted one over here cross court, but got away with it. But here's the even worse, right? This slice up the line kind of floats short to the center a little bit, and any good player will take advantage of this. And Toby doesn't probably even know this is the worst shot in singles tennis, and he's taking advantage of it, right? Because it's so easy to take advantage. And why is that? Why is it so easy? Well, you have that forehand, right? You have that forehand going cross court. The forehand is usually the weapon of any tennis player, right? You can go cross court, and once it goes cross court deep or even short angle, the ball will go away. The ball will go away, hit something decent, you'll win that point, right? And also, Luis, once you hit something down the line like this, you have to recover back to over here. And in a way, that's a far away place to recover, right? If you just hit cross court, then you can recover around here, around in the similar area where he's at right now. But anytime you hit down the line, you have to recover back over here, right? You hit down the line over here, you have to recover back over here, right? So it's a farther place to go and recover for yourself. And even if you do, say you recover very nicely, well, Toby can bust a forehand up the line like this, and you're going to be in big trouble too. It could go behind you, right? It's almost like a checkmate, right? You can do whatever he wants. Go cross court, go up here to this corner, and it's on the forehand side. You're doomed. No matter how great defensively you are, it's just going to be tough. It's very tough to get back into this point. And remember, Luis was really on the offensive here. He pretty much controlled the point from the onset, but at the end here, he just couldn't do anything, right? So, basic forehand cross court by Toby, and already You know, it's hard. It's very hard to pass someone. You really have to stretch out, and you know, it wasn't the greatest forehand in the world, right? But you don't need the greatest forehand in the world to win this point after the worst shot in singles tennis. So avoid this shot at all costs, right? Avoid it as much as possible. Be disciplined in trying to go cross court as many times as possible, and only bust something down the line when you have the opportunity, when you could hit it hard, when you could really drive it. Try to go cross court as much as possible, and most likely you'll win that point, or just at least stay in the point. And just to reemphasize what I'm saying here, here's another point by Toby and Luis. And Luis hits this forehand pretty good to Toby's backhand. Good defensive backhand by Toby here. And here's a backhand where I think, you know, Luis was trying to go cross court here, but execution matters, right? You got to hit it well. Unfortunately for Luis, he hits it up the line short and slow to pretty much Toby's wheelhouse, the forehand, and obviously he could bust one up, you know, to the open court there, or he could go inside out. That's also a very good option, but let's see how this point plays out. He goes to the open court here. Already Luis is very defensive, and now Toby gets a good forehand down the line, and that's it. You know, Luis was actually very much in control of this point, but all it takes is just that short and slow backhand up the line to just undo the great things that you do in a good point, and you're going to get very defensive, and you're going to get in big time trouble. You know, Luis was actually, you know, very disciplined in this match. He actually won this match, and he had a lot of awesome cross-court balls from the backhand side. He has an awesome backhand, actually. But the thing is, in this video, I just want you to be aware of the worst shot in singles tennis. And just that awareness alone will help you become a better tennis player. I mean, you know, sometimes we don't even understand why maybe you hit a good shot. Oh, maybe it's really my forehand that really, you know, won this match, right? But not necessarily, right? Yeah, you need good backhands and forehands, but what's setting you up, right? What's setting you up in the point? What's making the point very advantageous for you? And this awareness of the worst shot in singles tennis, the worst singles pattern in singles tennis. Are you aware of these things? And I think, you know, if you're more aware, I think you're just going to be a better tennis player, and I think you're just going to win a lot more tennis matches. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, kindly do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.